Hey there, welcome back to another Tableau video. I'm going to be discussing color in this video. So the idea is when you use Tableau, especially because the whole idea is like sharing information, right? So that we can make better decisions. And the better your visualization of your problem to the person reading it, the easier it is for them, number one, to actually absorb the information, what you're trying to tell them in a few seconds, rather than 20 minutes of them reading a document or something, right? But it's so clear and it's so suggestive that they know exactly what to do, right? Or they know what their next step is. All right, so we're going to run through a few examples. I'm going to use the Superstore data. I'm just going to make kind of comments as I go through, right? So let's just say for this one, okay, if I look at a map, what am I, the things I ask myself is, what am I actually trying to tell the person looking at this? So let's say these are, so in my job at the moment, I'm doing safety recalls for Toyota. And let's just say I'm doing Europe. And I want to tell my managers, well, where's the most number of vehicles that need a safety recall across Europe? Okay. Because if we have like $1 million in resources that we can spend, where should we spend it? If, for example, we don't know where the most vehicles are, well, then we're just going to be like running around not really knowing where to focus, right? So in an example like this, I would choose, and the color I tend to like the most is black red, okay? So if I go black red and I put it in reverse, right? Is that right? Nope, other way. Okay, so let's say in this example, red has the most, okay? And let's get rid of aggregate. I just want this to be, actually, let's make this sales, okay? And let's just pretend it's like safety recall related, okay? Let's go red and black. Let's go reverse, okay? This is basically what I want to see. And then what I would also do is in my map layers, I would go dark, right? To really go for that contrast, okay? And I'm going to get rid of this washout because again, I'm trying to, whoops, wrong way. I really want it to be suggestive, okay? The human eye, we're really used to certain colors, especially if the contrast is right. One thing actually I would suggest to a lot of people, if you're trying to choose what colors to choose, go to colorlovers.com. And I swear, the first time I had a friend of mine who was like a graphic artist, and she goes, "Hey, check out this website." I was scared to look at this on my work computer because like, where are you taking me? Color Lovers? It sounds so kind of dirty, you know? But actually, it's an amazing website. It shows you kind of what colors go together. There's like heaps of palettes you can do, right? You can do that. You can also look up color wheel, okay? And the color wheel, I know a lot of art students are gonna like rip into me, but if you look at this color and you look at this color, those two in contrast go really well. Okay, if you put orange and red, and we'll do an example, right? Let's say, let me get out my drawing tool. Let's say I do orange and red in this one. So let's make this orange. I'll go apply. The contrast between them isn't as great. Yes, you can see it, but it's not as good. Let's say I chose something like yellow and purple, right? Let's go back. And I'm going to go yellow and purple. Certainly. Go apply. The contrast is crazy, okay? So again, it's like you're telling the reader's eye where to look, right? Actually, you're not even telling him, it just goes there, right? That's the whole idea of Tableau. It's like, it's just there in front of you. It's like trying to smack you in the face. So again, the one I like is like black and red. Let's go ahead and do that, okay? And then I can go, all right, there's something going on there. Tell me more about that, okay? And that's kind of the way I go about it. Let's do another one. In this case, right? What's important? Okay, profitable, unprofitable. Yellow, blue, and orange. It doesn't really suggest anything. It just means that they're just different. So again, one thing I would do is unprofitable is bad, red. Profitable means good, green, right? We do something like that, and that's already enough. Okay, that's already enough to say that this is bad. One other thing you can do is point out like the largest state of unprofitability. Okay, so let's say in this one, if I am trying to split it, where's the color? I'd probably do something more if I were to do it. Maybe if I get rid of that, right? Let's just say I had one. That's probably more what I would choose. And I would put the issue that's most pressing at the top, right? To say that this is where I want you to first look. And then also I'd probably add the labels here and show minimum, maximum, only the maximum to say that something has happened here. Also probably make this kind of a bar. Oh no, actually I like the area one, right? To say, hey, look over here, something's going on here. Okay. And I would probably also, not so much, probably do that and go again for the red and black, which is kind of my favorite, right? Profitability, maybe you don't even need that, you know? So I would actually get rid of this, and I'm only interested in unprofitable, right? That's really what I want to show, okay? Because again, it's nice to be looking at all the good things. Yeah, we're making money, but Tableau's really there to find anomalies. It's there to find problems, to highlight those problems, and then to ask questions to solve that problem. So in this case, this is what I would develop, right? Because straight away, oh, hang on, get rid of this. This is what the eye looks at, all these reds, yeah, and it's going, what is going on here? And I've been in meetings where other developers have done something like, let's just say they do blue. It's like, yeah, I can see that that's highest, but I actually have to read it and see that it's the highest. Whereas that one screams out, look over here, okay? One of the other things you can do is, let's say this was discrete, okay? You put it highest to lowest to say, look here. So it's sort of like the Pareto principle. All the things I want you to look at, please look at them first, okay? Actually, Arnold Schwarzenegger has something similar where, let's say if you follow bodybuilding or anything, his calf muscles, let's say at a certain time, weren't that great. So he would wear shorts. And when he goes to the gym, it's the first thing he looks at. It's the first thing he addresses, the first thing he works on. So if you did it the other way, the first thing you read is actually this stuff, right? Which again, in the context of solving problems, you want to see what is our most pressing issue at the very top, okay? All right, let's do another example. I'll probably cut this video probably around like 10 minutes or so, so it's not too long. Like this is perfect, right? This is great. Whoever did this one is great because it's almost like, well, why is that red? Okay, why is that one red? There is a reason they're red. Tell me more about this. What is going on? And if I'm correct, let's say I do a filter here, right? And I'm sharing this to senior managers and stuff. And I go, hey, these are the latest results. And maybe they're not waiting for results. They're kind of more like, give me the dashboard so that I can do my job, which is how do I handle my customers? Okay. So providing this kind of tool, they're going to go and dig deeper into Zeus, Shus, Carol, right? So they're going to go, what's going on here? Let's check Carol. What's happening with Carol? Tell me more about Carol. Okay. Again, you don't really have to think. It's just there. So again, here's another one. With scatter plots, you can do something a little bit different, okay, which is like grouping. So let's say I got my entire view like so. And I kind of, let's say there's like a sweet spot. Okay, this person, whoever it is, they're making ridiculous sales and ridiculous profits, right? But let's say we uncovered that this area in the middle is actually a sweet spot for some reason. There's no nice way of coloring it simply by dropping your profit value in there, okay? So here's one thing you can do, which is using groups. All right, so let's just make this circle, okay? All right, so that's just so I can see it a little bit better. All right, let's just bring that there. And let's say there's a kind of a portion in there that is like really good, or you really want to see it, okay? Or anything across this line. All right, so let's just say that part in there. I want that to be a different color. Okay, what you can do is you can wait for that to happen and you go group, right? And then you bring your group into colors. Okay, change this into, let's say, red. Wait, no, other way around. Let's just make this red. Let's make this black, or let's make it purple or something. Okay, again, you're trying to show, oh, what's going on in this middle band here. And if I'm looking at this, for example, That's the first place I would look. Again, what you're trying to do is you're trying to draw the eye automatically. So one of the tests I do with our developers is um, if you if you're designing a dashboard and you're trying to tell one thing, you're only trying to communicate one thing. How long does it take for that thing to be communicated? So you open up the dashboard, you close your eyes. Okay, you open your eyes for 1 to 2 seconds and then you close them again. Whatever you remember, that's the most memorable thing. Okay, and that's what the reader is going to see. So you got to make it that in those 1 or 2 seconds, they know exactly what they're looking at. Okay, let's do another example and we'll probably finish it off there. Like these ones are always really good. But everything is on budget. Okay, I don't like that. Let's just see. We'll do one more. I want to do one more. Let's say this one. Okay, let's go look here. And I'm only interested in, let's say, corporate. Okay, and this appears to be the median. Okay, and you got color in here, right? The thing I would want to look at here is, let's say we're going to use size. So I'm going to get rid of that other one. Let's go entire view. And let's get rid of that one. One thing I can do is, if this is sales, I want to see, let's say, I don't want that. If I add this to size, that's not going to work. I instead want to see how often it comes up. So let's just grab category, right? And let's do a count in there, okay? And I'm gonna color that as well. Let's make this, like these ones are cool because they're kind of pretty, but the contrast isn't that great. So we really need something that jumps out, and red, blue I do use time to time. Okay, and let's go reverse. Okay, so I actually want to see the low items, but if I do a split right down the middle, it's not going to show me the really low items. So I can actually go advanced and set the center to like 2. Oh, my numlock. 2, right? Or let's make it 1. Nope, let's make it. No, what's going on? Oh, that's why I wasn't pressing apply. Okay, let's make this 2. Okay, there we go. So it's already showing the low values. So if I make this a bit larger, right? So in terms of analysis, this area, not interested in, okay? This is what I'm interested in. So if I come here and I go keep only, right? These are the reds, and that's going to be screaming out to me. It's like, how come there's so many reds, right? So I can probably bring in this count D, or this count into here. Go here, and let's just say 1. No, that didn't work either. But really, I'm trying to highlight all these small ones. This one I'm not seeing many reds, so it's not really drawing my eye. It's probably these 2 that I'm interested in. So let's just say exclude this. Okay, that's interesting that there's a lot there. What's going on over there? I can probably change this to density, right, to really see where the concentrations are, right? So lots of little things, but again, always try and focus on trying to highlight or trying to tell something as quickly as possible, as simply as possible, which is easier said than done. Okay, so those are just a few examples or rules that I tend to follow when it comes to visualization, making use of color, and so on. So I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.